arrests are up 30% over last year. You people are just gonna waltz in here and do whatever the hell you want to do?
This is not up for discussion. You've had quite an impressive run. Your recent undercover operation posing as a wheelman to bust car thieves has been exceptional. But these local police stings can take months, if not years, to execute. I don't have that kind of time. Now they're going to need a wheelman. Your job is to drive. My job is to get you in. Nothing more and nothing less. Let's go.
For the most part, people's reaction to the last few Need for Speed games was the same. Why aren't they more like Need for Speed Most Wanted? Where are the overtop cheesy cutscenes and cop chases? Well, it seems as if EA heard those cries, because for better and worse, Need for Speed Undercover feels like Most Wanted. In Undercover, you play the role of, wait for it, an undercover officer. Along with Agent Chase, played by the attractive Maggie Q, your job is to take down a group of street racers who have somehow become involved in international smuggling. The story is told via campy cutscenes that fail to capture the charm of Most Wanted, thanks to uninteresting characters and a predictable plot. Having a story provides incentive to make it through the race after race, but the whole "this is so cheesy it's cool" thing feels kind of forced. Like many other Need for Speed games, all of your racing will take place on the streets of a fictitious city. Here it's the Tri-City Bay Area. You'll start with a lousy vehicle, but it won't be long before you're able to snag a pink slip to a nicer ride. As you progress, you'll earn cash, which can then be used to unlock new vehicles from manufacturers such as Dodge, Nissan, Cadillac, Ford, Porsche, Lamborghini, BMW, Aston Martin, Mitsubishi, and many more. If you're into tuning individual aspects of your ride or purchasing individual parts, you can do that. But if you're not into tinkering, you can purchase an upgrade package and be on your way. Not only do you earn money for winning an event, you'll earn driving points for dominating it, which is basically beating it really, really bad. You can power up a number of your driving attributes, but they don't have a noticeable effect on how your car handles. As long as you drive fast, you'll probably dominate. But there are occasional races where you'll totally obliterate the time needed to dominate an event, but you'll still lose to the CPU. The game also encourages you to drive with style and drift, draft, and drive really close to other cars. While they're increasing your nitrous, there's little to gain from doing so. That said, the new J-turn mechanic, which lets you bust quick 180s, is super useful when chasing down rivals or evading the cops. You'll use it because it's useful though, not because it gets you heroic driving points. The cops are back in full effect in Undercover, and for the most part, the return is welcome. Ramming and taking out cop cars, using environmental hazards to incapacitate vehicles, and the challenges where you must cause a certain amount of monetary damage are all quite fun. It's too bad that some odd quirks hamper the cop chases. Sometimes you won't have to do anything at all to evade the police. Cops are capable of laying down spikes, but we never saw one the entire game. But the big problem is, they don't do much other than bang on your car, and if you last long enough, they sort of fade away on their own. The rest of the game is a lot like many other arcade racers. You'll have events where you need to maintain a lead for a specific amount of time, or get a certain distance ahead of your opponent. Sometimes you'll have to shake the cops while trying to keep a stolen ride in pristine condition, and there are checkpoint races and circuit races as well. There's not a whole lot original here, and the races are often extremely easy. They're difficult on occasion, but this is usually because of the choppy frame rate, which is often dreadful on the PlayStation 3. Good lord. That said, the game does a few things very well. The online cops and robbers mode, where the robber tries to pick up money and take it to a drop-off point, while another person plays the cop and tries to ram them, is quite a bit of fun. But mostly, what the game gets right is its pacing. The races are short, sometimes as short as 20 seconds, and they're almost never longer than 5 minutes. Another cool thing the game does is it lets you instantly jump to the closest race by pressing down on the D-pad. If you want to find a specific event, you can press up and you're taken to a GPS map where you can instantly go to the race of your choice. It'll save you a lot of needless backtracking, and combined with the short races, make sure that Undercover never gets boring. If you're one of the many people who love Need for Speed Most Wanted, flaws and all, you'll find a lot to like in Undercover. It's not original, and there's no excuse for the often painfully slow frame rate, but there's no denying that it's just fun to run from the cops and destroy a city in the process.